It's with a heavy heart that I give you an update today. I had expected to be telling you that Caitlin was on her way to a rehab, but unfortunately, through the horrible judgment of someone at adult probation, she is now right back here in Kensington. Okay? What had happened was her probation officer, after she got back to the prison, had made recommendations that she stay there for a while and get sober and, you know, we'll just take this a little slow. But for some reason, her supervisor decided that she needed to be fast-tracked out of the prison and go to rehab in a hurry. So I guess I can, well, let me back up a minute. Let me just say that her probation officer, her direct probation officer, is a wonderful young woman that is doing her best. She's treating this situation like Caitlin is her sister. And she's very broken up about it. She's questioning why she's even in this profession already because of this. And I just want her to know that this has absolutely nothing to do with her. She's doing the best she can, and she's getting no help from the people above her. So just hang in there, and we're going to do the best we can. Okay? So she gets fast-tracked out of the prison. She's scheduled to be released to a rehabilitation program, and she calls me up and says, Dad, I'm going to Pyramids up in Catasauqua. That's where I'm going to go, and I think I'm going to make it this time. Upbeat, very upbeat, and ready to try her best. Okay, so I take her bag up to Catasauqua. It's about an hour from here, up above Allentown, and I drop it off with them, and I wait for her to call me. Well, she doesn't call that night, so I figure, oh well, you know, she just knew there and she didn't get a chance to use the phone. She'll call me tomorrow. Okay, so she calls me the next day and says, Dad, they're taking me back to Kensington to a rehab on Allegheny Avenue. Not more than 10 blocks from where she was originally picked up and taken out of here. And she says, I'm not going there, Dad. I'm not doing it there. I can't. I won't. I'm going to run. So I immediately called the prison. Well, first I talked to the program guy that was picking her up and said, look, you need to return her to the prison. She's not going to go there. And he says, well, she can get clean anywhere. I said, yeah, but you don't understand. She's telling you right now that she's not going to do it. So you need to bring her back to the prison. He says, oh, well, I have the paperwork. I'll call my supervisor and I'll get back to you. So I immediately call the prison and speak to somebody at the prison, and they say, well, there's nothing we can do about it. She's already been released. She's not in our custody anymore. Call her probation officer. So I call her probation officer, and she calls me back right away, and I said, listen, you need to get her, you need to call the director and stop him and tell them to take her back to the prison. She says, oh, I would like to do that, but I can't. Now, I can't. I've heard I can't a million times out of these people. Okay? They can't change the warrant so that a constable can pick her up. They can't, you know, get the sheriffs to go pick her up if the Philadelphia police arrest her. They can't. What can they do? What good is it? You know, what is their job? They can't do anything. So, anyway, she says, call me back when that guy calls you back. So I let about an hour and a half go by, and I know that she should be there by now. And I call the probation officer back, and she says, I just got an email from the program. She never even went in the door. She walked right down the street and back into this drug-infested hellhole. And I just want to know why. I want to know why she wasn't given the opportunity that was promised. A lot of people moved heaven and earth to get her out of here. And I was promised that if she got out of here, that they would take care of it. That they would give her that opportunity to get better, to heal. And she wasn't afforded that opportunity. So I am now calling or writing to adult probation at 408 Cherry Street, Norristown, PA 19401, wanting answers as to what happened, why it happened, and how are we going to fix this. So if anybody out there could please do me a favor and also write to the supervisor at adult probation and just ask them, just quickly ask them, why did they do this and how are they going to fix it? I need help to get her out of here once again. I know that Officer Teets and 2 Squad will pick her up. I know they'll hold her, but somebody from Montgomery County needs to come get her, okay? If I was able to make that happen the last time, who's going to make it happen this time, okay? Who? The detectives will be glad to come get her, but who's going to give them the authorization? Who? Probation needs to fix this. And anybody that can help me with that, ask them why and how they plan on fixing it. I want to shine a light directly on them. I want some answers. I want some answers. Maybe it was just a big mistake. Maybe a whole bunch of people didn't communicate, but I highly doubt that. I think that this was a purposeful, out of sight, out of mind, bullshit move, okay? And I'm tired and I'm sick of hearing, I can't. Yes, you can, you won't. And that's the bottom line, is you won't. So now, I need somebody that after these guys pick her up and hold her, I need somebody that's willing to get down here and get her back to that prison. There's another warrant already issued, and I need it to be executed. I will do it myself. I will gladly come down here within 2 hours of that phone call saying that we have her detained, and I will put the cuffs on her and I will take her back to Montgomery County, and then what? I get arrested? I kidnapped her, unlawful restraint? I'm the only one that goes in jail and she gets to go free? Why? Why is it that way? You know, there's 1,300 people a year that die of overdoses in Philadelphia, and more than their share, more than the statistical share, are right here in Kensington, okay? There's also 350 people a year that are murdered. I'm sure plenty of them are right here. And now we're going to add the amount of people that freeze to death here in the winter because they're too high and they don't want to go to a shelter. No, I can't wait that. I can't wait and watch that happen. So if somebody won't help me get her, I will come down here myself with my handcuffs and I will try to catch her as best I can, and I will cuff her up and I will bring her back myself. Please, please, I'm begging you, do not make me do that. I don't particularly feel like going to jail, but I'm willing to if that's the only way that this is going to be resolved. She deserves the chance that she was promised, that I was promised, and it needs to happen. So if you could please write to the adult supervisor of adult probation at 408 408 Cherry Street, Norristown, PA 19401, and just ask them, can they please help me? I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I would just like to read a list of names of people that I know personally that have died of heroin over the years, either directly or indirectly. They say if you remember people and speak their names, they never die. So rest in peace, Earl Lentz, David Perna, Bobby Kraus, Michael Myers, affectionately known as Scorchy, Earl Espenship, his brother Scott Espenship, and Scott's son Christopher Gambone, who all died of this scourge. Okay, so what we got here is a makeup bag, and then in here we got the makeup. It won't all fit in the bag just yet because you got to take it out, the lipstick and the whatever. There's a whole bunch of
Oh, that's so nice.
Eye pencil or whatever. I don't know what these chicks do.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of makeup that eventually, when it's all out, will fit in this makeup bag. And then in this makeup bag, right now, we have a little book. God will use this for good. And inside the book is the note.
Keep it right there for a second. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we don't need the effing note anymore because now we might have to find Caitlin and give her one of these because adult probation couldn't do what they promised me they would do. So we don't need that anymore.
And he got some makeup bag for the girls in Kensington. For the women of Kensington. It's a very windy day out here today. But the show don't stop.
Maybe you can give one to Caitlin.
I will.